Well, it all started with stolen ice cream cones and ended with a man shot to death. U.S. Marshals are searching for the guy charged with pulling the trigger.
Ashley Sears explains why investigators say he made a bad decision, all for his mom.
Most people show their mother's appreciation with a simple gesture. But what investigators say Frederick Harmon did only brought pain.
I wouldn't glorify it and say it's anything made for TV or movies.
In October 2023, authorities say Harmon and his mom, Danica White, showed up to this gas station in Hampton and Appleton when trouble began.
An altercation occurs inside the gas station. Mrs. White makes a purchase, but on her way outside the gas station, grabs some other items.
Prosecutors say the store clerk ran after White as she walked out with stolen ice cream cones.
Her son, Frederick Harmon, steps out of the passenger side of the vehicle and opens fire on the employee, killing him.
54-year-old Sonny Aramnuda died. When police arrived, they found 6 shell casings and melted ice cream on the scene. They say the mother and son were gone. The duo was charged in January 2024. 3 months later, White was arrested in Las Vegas. She was put on trial and found guilty of harboring a felon. But Harmon still is not in custody.
He opened fire on an innocent store clerk with a fully automatic handgun. He's dangerous.
The 20-year-old has ties to Georgia, Texas, Indiana, and Milwaukee.
At this point, he could be anywhere.
U.S. Marshals want this son to end up in the same position as his mother.
He's hiding very well, but somebody out there knows something about where he's at and needs to come forward so we can get him off the streets.
Trying to bond the pair by more than genetics. In Milwaukee, Ashley Sears, FOX 6 News.
Frederick Harmon is 5'6", goes about 160 pounds. Again, the 20-year-old has ties to Milwaukee, Texas, Georgia, and Indiana. If you know where he is tonight, call the U.S. Marshals tip line 414-297-3707, and you can, of course, remain anonymous. A registered sex offender convicted of victimizing a child has been on the run since January. He hasn't been checking in with law enforcement either. Fox 6's Ashley Sears tells us he might be hiding out somewhere nearby.
Sometimes it takes a bright light to expose darkness.
It's a danger to everyone, including the most vulnerable in our society, children.
U.S. Marshals say Diallo Fuller has been living in the shadows for nearly 6 months.
He is no longer reporting and is a wanted sex offender with a felony warrant.
His trouble began in July 2015 when he was staying at a South Milwaukee apartment. Investigators say his mother was babysitting 3 children at the time.
At some point in the early morning hours, he came home intoxicated and attempted to sexually assault one of the juvenile females.
The incident led to charges and a conviction. He spent 7 years in and out of prison. Fuller was released in 2023 and has been required to regularly meet with law enforcement.
Updating addresses, checking in, updating employers, sometimes significant others.
But in January, that all ended. A warrant was issued for his arrest. U.S. Marshals have been searching for him ever since. There's been urgency, knowing his criminal past.
It's really just a litany of other sexual assaults. There actually isn't much other criminal history except that seems to be what he does.
The 27-year-old has several tattoos on his face and neck. He's believed to be in the Milwaukee area.
He needs to turn himself in. He has this criminal history, a propensity to do things like this, so you need to get this squared away.
U.S. Marshals say he can't stay hidden in the dark for long as they continue to shine light on this case. In South Milwaukee, Ashley Sears, FOX 6 News.
So to recap, Diallo Fuller, 5'7", weighs about 208 pounds. He does have ties to the Milwaukee area and is believed to be homeless presently. Again, he has several tattoos on his face and neck. If you do know where he is, you're urged to call the U.S. Marshals tip line 414-297-3707, and you can, of course, remain anonymous.